Welcome, everybody. This is our show today, Our Ventura. My name is Gabriel, your host, and today we have a wonderful guest. It's all about Ventura, Americana, and just things that are happening in our community. I would like to introduce Jimmy Young. He is the owner of McConnell's Ice Cream. I'm sure you've all seen the little mission past the mall on Main Street and wondered what goes on in there. Well, we're going to find out today. Welcome, Jimmy.
Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome. So glad to have you on the show. When I moved here, that was one of the first places I saw, and what's this all about? So I'd like you to fill us in on the history. It's rich in family, legacy, and now environmental causes. So please tell us a little about it.
Thank you, Andy. Well, we're talking about McConnell's Fine Ice Cream and Yogurt on Main Street in Ventura, Midtown. Right in front of the Pacific View Mall is where we've recently renovated the building at the old Mission Bell Motel, or the Mission Bell Cafe. A lot of your viewers will remember the Mission Bell Motel and the Mission Bell Cafe right on the corner. Just about 85-year tradition there of a wonderful local motel with a little cafe on the front. And for many years, my wife and I would enjoy eating Eggs Benedict there and getting to know Jan. And we've always thought that it would be a great place for a McConnell's Ice Cream and Yogurt. And in 2008, a for-lease sign came up in the window, and we renovated the building and put a little ice cream and yogurt store there.
Well, that's amazing. I can't wait for you to tell the viewers about the history. The original one in Santa Barbara since 1949.
That's right.
And the other tidbit of info I think was really cool is that it's a family-owned business with only 2 owners in 62 years.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's what our family does. And as I like to say, we in our family, you're born with a mop in one hand and an ice cream scoop in the other. And it was all of our first jobs growing up in the ice cream business. It's a great, wholesome environment in an ice cream shop or a food service or customer service environment. You learn to work with people, you learn to count change, you learn to clean. And on State and Mission, where the original McConnell's was built, it was Gordon McConnell and Ernestine McConnell built it, as you mentioned, in 1949. And it was the site of the former Flying A movie studio. So for a lot of years, they made silent movies right on that corner, State and Mission in Santa Barbara. And that was also our factory when I was a young boy, and I would ride my bike up from Santa Barbara Junior High School and crack eggs in the back and help stir strawberries and help make the ice cream. And then, of course, if you became old enough, you'd be trusted with the customers.
Wow.
And so that was fun. It was a great, wholesome way to reach adolescence and to learn to serve customers with a smile and keep the place clean.
That's right. And your ice cream is all natural. To me, that's the most exciting ice cream on the planet.
Well, thank you very much for noticing. And it truly is a pure product. We use local ingredients. We're using Chase Brothers creams, and our strawberries are from the fields of Oxnard. And we like to say we're localvores. We try and consume our ingredients from as close as we can to home. It's also good for the local economy, but the less you're pushing ingredients around the world, you're also consuming less energy too. So we like to be localvores when we can, and but it's a very simple product. It's eggs, cream, sugar, and natural flavoring, and a lot of love, and we love to do it.
Well, I'm a regular, and I'm glad I am, because then you have a chance to come on and let the community know what's happening there. As far as your environmental causes go, I know you have a hand in that as well.
Well, we think a lot about our position in the world, what we do for a living. When you make the richest ice cream in North America for a living, we work a lot with health issues, environmental issues, education issues. We support a lot of the local sports teams and academics, clubs, and so on at the local schools, jogathons, and cross-country teams for Buena and such, to help educate the people about good foods. And good foods might be rich foods. You could be talking about a really nice steak, or even salads have a lot of stuff in them that if you eat too much of it, it's really not good. And then a salad isn't so good for you. Same thing with the very rich ice cream with a high milk fat and real egg yolks instead of stabilizers and so on. It's all about portion control.
Well, you can taste the difference, one.
And you can taste the difference.
And two, I hear a little secret that you started a double single? Explain that.
Our split single, that's right. Thank you. And in our first year at our new location on Main Street here in Ventura, right in front of the mall, in our first year, we talked 75% of the people who ordered doubles, we talked them down to singles.
Now that's unheard of.
Yeah, and I really could have used the money. And the point is, we want our customers to come back forever. So we invented the split single, and so where people get more of the diversity, like when you get a double or more, yet in a smaller portion size. That way you leave satiated, yet not full. And so we're pretty proud of that, and that took a lot of effort and discipline on our part, but our customers have responded, and now they order a split single quite often.
Well, I think that's a unique twist as well.
Thank you, thank you. And as far as our environmental interests, again, our raw ingredients are very exotic. They come from cows, and they come from orchids of Madagascar, from the vanilla and the cocoa beans, from many different locations, and almonds and extracts, and these are the raw goods we consume to make what we make, and I believe ice cream is the most exotic food on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes a lot of energy, and so since we can't put wind turbines all over our building and solar panels, and we can't affect as much where our energy comes from. But what we can impact is our to-go containers, our paper products, our cutlery, our cones, and so on, right? So we put a lot of, we go to all the trade shows and we research the different types of to-go containers, because in the old days, it was most people wanted an ice cream cone, and we love that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But nowadays, people want a cup and a spoon, and it kind of pains me. But so we've experimented with polylactic acid, which is a complicated word, or a PLA, for where they take corn and they ferment it, and they make a kind of a plastic out of it to make spoons, and they coat paper with that, and it dissolves, and it's not as bad in landfills, and doesn't outgas, and all the technologies of trying to find compostable, biodegradable, single-use eating containers. Right? It's a huge issue to us. I mean, when you take your family to a fast food restaurant, and we won't mention names, they're all trying to improve. But it pains us if I take my family to a fast food, and we're a faster food, McConnell's ice cream, but it's not a fast food.
No.
But when you leave behind an entire table full of detritus, of paper and clamshells and spoons and stir sticks and plastic containers for the things that go into things, it almost brings us to tears, our family. And so we found what we think is, we're very excited about a single-use cup, and I brought one with me if you'd like to show it, but it's made out of bamboo fibers.
Well, here it is.
Isn't that wonderful?
This is the cup.
That's right, the McConnell's Bio Cup, we call that.
This is revolutionary, isn't it?
Well, we think it is, and we didn't invent it. It's a wonderful company in Carpinteria called Biosphere Incorporated. Look them up on the internet, Biosphere. Wonderful technology. You use the fibers of bamboo, and they mow bamboo. Sometimes they harvest, but they mow it and it grows. You know, they mow it and it grows. But you need a starch or something to bind it, and that's where the cassava plant comes in.
It's like tapioca, right?
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
Right? And
well,
that's
I'm going to show you the...
It's like that's right.
It's edible.
This shows your viewers that, and I would take a bite, but it's kind of distracting. But you could eat this cup. We don't recommend it because it's like eating paper. Right. But the downstream, and in waste management, you consider your downstream of the things you consume. Even if you threw this into the garbage, it would compress in the landfill, but it doesn't outgas the methane. You could put this in your garbage disposal, and with the water, it goes into the ocean. If you drop this in water, within half an hour, it comes apart like wet paper, right? And of course, it's fully biodegradable, so you can compost it. And it breaks into little pieces. Yeah, we're very excited about this.
Well, are you launching it on OurVentura?
This is the very first public viewing of this on television.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. We're doing the best we can to bring attention to this technology, and hoping that more and more companies, but you know, the oil companies won't be happy because it's not covered in oil. The tree industry, they won't be happy because it's not made from tree fibers. But I think if we all work together, we can find ways to improve the world and the environment by using more intelligent things and disposing of them in more intelligent ways.
Well, aren't you involved with USC on environmental issues, or as a speaker, or?
That's going a little far, but a gentleman friend of mine is a teacher there of environmental studies and invited our family to go down and speak, and we spoke with my 2 children and my wife, and we brought a lot of these containers, and we'd eaten at a fast food restaurant that morning on purpose, and we covered the entire table showed the students that one meal. Right. One tiny meal. The 4 people left more behind than our Chumash ancestors here on the Central Coast did forever, because they didn't consume distillates of petroleum products, and they lived for 500 generations right where you and I are sitting right now, and we have to struggle to find existence or remnants of their existence. You have to be an archaeologist to find remnants of their existence here. 500 generations. But I eat one meal with my family, and we'll leave more junk behind than they ever did.
People ever think about that.
Well, they do. Environmentalism is, I didn't invent it, and it's, but I'm a child of the 60s. I was born in 61, and I just can't leave this earth without doing everything I can to help influence what we're consuming and what we're leaving to our children. And it almost sounds like too used of a statement, but really I'm going to do everything I can.
It's true. And you never know, one person's influence can influence a person forever with these issues. I had a college professor at Princeton who made us turn in all of our homework on old cereal boxes. And,
wow, that was amazing.
I mean, paper bags, you name it. And that was, I won't even tell you how long ago that was, but to this day I have continued using things like that. I reuse everything, and even wrapping presents, I will reuse things and make my own wrapping paper.
Yeah, that's
even
wonderful.
Boxes, I make them. I don't buy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, just by talking about it here, I hope we're influencing some people listening, and that's just a great feeling.
Well, I know you will. This is really, 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 really cutting edge.
Yeah.
And I hope people copy. I hope people get the idea to think, let me contact this guy and see.
Well, they can email us
tell us
or
the,
call us. Or
the info.
Well, you can go to McConnells.com and link to us that way. You can go to Biosphere and look them on the internet. But there are a lot of great leaders in our community, especially Ventura. You've got some wonderful business people in town who are using biodegradable, and everyone's doing a lot of people are doing the best they can with what's available.
Right.
And this is super cutting edge. But you know, with the polylactic acid, people have been experimenting with those and other kinds of. What do we consume to enjoy the things we enjoy in life, right? What kind of cars, what kind of fuels are they using? How big does that car need to be? And right, what energy source are we using? How about not using a car?
Yeah.
But it's all part of, I'm just a part of what I hope is a continuing movement by our species to think about what we're consuming and to do the things we enjoy and need.
Well, I would like to thank you for being involved in our Cappy Awards next week.
My pleasure.
And also, maybe by next year, I would like to do a little show on you and have it submitted for the Cappies for next year.
Isn't this a long enough show? Thank you.
Well, Jimmy, it's been a wonderful pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just continue what you're doing. I think it's so worthy, and I hope people catch on, copy what you're doing, call you. You want to give out your number again before we end?
The most important thing is come down and get a good ice cream and yogurt.
Hey, what's the address?
Thank you for asking. It's 3241 East Main at the old Mission Bell Motel, right in front of Sears on Main Street. It's not downtown, it's not uptown, it's midtown.
Thank you, Jimmy.
My pleasure.
Well, folks, this has been Annie Gabriel, your host, and sponsoring Jimmy from McConnell's. Go see him and have a wonderful day. Peace.